Some people ask whether men like needy women or independent women. Um, there is something in the middle ground, called just being vulnerable. And you don't need to always kind of make it black and white in your mind. People like to do that because people like definite answers and they like categorization. But the reality is that somebody needs to have some independence, but some need for others. I call this interdependence, where you're not completely independent, but you're not pathologically enmeshed and codependent. So in the Venn diagram of your overlap, there's like an overlap in between both of your circles there, but it's not fully overlapped. You can't like not do anything without each other, but you're not fully separate and in two completely independent spheres, which also there's kind of no point to being in a relationship then. Those are people that are avoidant, whereas people that are totally enmeshed or want total enmeshment are preoccupied. But if you're securely attached, then you have some overlap and some difference. So not all of your identity is bound up in the relationship and worrying about the person, but not none of it is, there's a balance. And it's the same thing with needy, versus independent. Nobody healthy wants to be in a relationship where somebody doesn't need them for anything, because then kind of what's the point? You don't feel very important or useful or like an integral part of this person's life. Healthy people want to help their loved one. They want to feel needed in some way. If somebody doesn't ever want to feel needed by you, that's not a good sign. But, if you're constantly acting like you can't do anything without them at all, then that is a relationship that's more like a child with its parent. And healthy people at least are not going to be drawn to that either. So in a healthy adult intimate relationship, of course, there is vulnerability, meaning like you can open yourself up, you can ask for your needs to be met, but the partner isn't like the sole reason that you're alive. And if they stop giving you attention for a couple seconds because they're doing something else, or a couple minutes or hours or days even, then that's okay, because you have your own strong inner core to rely on, and if that's hard for you, then therapy can really help develop your stronger sense of self so that you're not wholly reliant on your partner. On the other hand, therapy can also help if you're pathologically independent and you find it really hard to ask for any of your needs to be met, and you're not even really sure what your needs are because you're so used to taking care of them yourself, which is often a response to being raised in an environment where you had to take care of everything yourself and even act as a parent to your parent. So I hope this helps determine kind of what the difference is between needy and independent.